I feel you pulling closer. The silence, it feels endless. Still keeping my composure. I'm starting to get taken by the moment. I'm breathing in attention, losing all my senses. I'm starting to get, I'm starting to get, I'm starting to get. Holding my attention, I'll hang on every word. Caught up in emotion, I'm starting to get right. So this is senseless. Can't fix this. You're no good.
What's going on, everybody? How we doing? Happy Tuesday. Hope we're all doing well. Hope everyone enjoyed the Diamond Dynasty video we got today. I think it's all very promising. I think it looks. Yeah, I think it looks good, and I feel like the graphics look better and better with every trailer we see. Like I felt like today it looked really good, and it's definitely got me more excited for next week. I'm anxious for WWE to come out so that can help kind of pass the time and scratch that itch for a new game. So yeah, I mean, I think it's all good. We're getting ratings tomorrow, not Diamond Dynasty ratings though, like franchise ratings. And then Thursday we got the live stream where I think they're just going to dive right in. And I think that's going to be really interesting, and I think that's going to be fun. So I'm excited for Thursday, and then we have WWE on Friday releasing, which will be streaming on Saturday. A little bit of My Rise, a little bit of The Island.
It's the Aces and the Eagles.
I will have already started file for a YouTube series, so we're going to do 2 separate files, and like there's certain choices that are going to have to be made in regards to character and like what kind of storyline it's going to be. So I'm going to, we'll be able to pick out of 2 of the 3. I'm going to pick one, and I want to have 2 different ones for each file, because I want both to be different. So yeah, we got a lot of good stuff coming up. A lot of good stuff coming up. That was only 2 pitches. All right, I gotta focus up because we are at 655 right now. If we can win a couple here without losing, we might be able to hit 7 out of tonight. We just gotta pay attention here and go back to where we were last time we played DD. Honestly, given everything they're doing, everything they've listened to, I'd honestly give it an A+. I mean, like, some of it we already knew, but like, I think overall offline players and online players kind of won today, especially like the comp players, because there's a lot of good rewards, substantial rewards up at that top level by the look of it anyway, providing, you know, what we saw today doesn't change.
That's inside.
But it really seems like they're making an effort, and I think the new TA is going to be cool because it's team based now as opposed to division based. So you can pick your team and kind of run with that for the first season, and at a certain point they'll earn a captain for that team. I can't remember what their captains are. Different card series now. I can't remember what they're called. Jolt I think. So I think it all looks pretty good, man. I mean, maybe we gotta look on Thursday, like an actual deep dive, and like I changed my mind, but as of right now, I'm excited, and I think it's gonna be a good year, man. I think it's gonna be a good year. Like generally speaking, like talking game modes, like nothing was taken away. They only added. They only added to Diamond Dynasty, and they took away sets and seasons. Oh my God, Shadow! No, you can't. No. What are you? You're getting all. Good grief.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Grinding AB right here.
She's killing me.
About to see pitch number 10.
I know some people are a little disappointed about weekend league not actually being every weekend,
And here it comes.
and I'm not gonna say I'm not, but at the same time, like I understand it. I understand why they do it at every season. Sorry, at the end of every season.
Bottom of the first.
Um,
And here is
but
Ronald
that being
Acuna
said,
Jr.
they should have given it a different name. I get it takes place on the weekend, but
25 years old.
weekend
He was
classic
born in
implies every
Venezuela.
weekend.
Comes 0-1.
So I think that's
Line drive.
kind of a misplay on their part. But again, end of the season does make sense. So like the kind of like the playoffs is right, right? Think of the time leading up to as like the regular season, and then the weekend classic you can kind of consider the playoffs. Still need to see more on Thursday personally. Still unclear on how the Diamond Quest works and how ranked seasons work along with the weekend league.
Here's the 0-2.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's fair. I think Diamond Quest is gonna work a lot like
Space is empty. Here's Trout.
my team's breakout or whatever it is. But I think you were saying he didn't really play that this year, right?
And there's a ball.
That's alright. I'd rather miss off the plate than keep up a nice juicy one.
Henderson.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Race season could be shorter now. Seasons could last like 2 weeks instead of a month. I think what I've been seeing tossed around is 6 weeks, which isn't too bad.
And we're back. All set for the start of the
Depending on how much time you have to put into it. But I think for most of us, 6 weeks is a decent amount of time to get to the desired
And the pitch.
rank.
That's the ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And again, maybe, in your opinion, you don't think that's long enough?
And a foul ball.
Or is that too long?
And that just
Wow, what a pitch.
misses. It's a good take.
I personally think it might be a little bit too long.
Into the outfield. And there's one away.
Not fooled at all right there.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if we're waiting, if it's a 6-week build up, then yeah, you would hope that there's some pretty good rewards. But at the same time, we got to remember too, with the power creep, like they're only, especially in the beginning, they're only going to be so high. So it'll be interesting to see. Because I know we're getting low diamonds right off the rip with the pre-order packs and everything like that. So you would assume and you would hope that that's what these rewards are going to be. They're going to be like 85s, 86s. But at the same time, like it depends on where we're at 6 weeks in regards to the power creep.
Just a simple ground ball the other way. Had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball
That's
travel,
fair.
put the ball in
And
the
I
right
can't say I saw anything other than packs and stubs within the rewards.
And there's 2 away.
So I think I've heard it's a good amount of stubs and packs, but I mean we'll have to see. All we know is what we saw from the video today.
Ball one there.
And honestly, I'd have to take a second look and kind of
Whether it's a bat, whether it's a golf club, whether it's a basketball, he can do it.
go through and find like the right spots in the video and like really take a look at
Swing and a miss. Now 1-2.
how the menu works and all that.
And a swing and a miss. That's the 3rd out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean that's right. There is still a lot that we don't know.
And welcome back to the ballpark.
But I think,
Now it's Juan Soto.
in my opinion, in regards to
And a pitch.
sets and seasons being gone
And a ground ball to first. Tosses to the
and
pitch,
adding
covering the
in
bag. That's 1
2
out,
new
batter,
modes,
second.
one offline,
So
one
next,
online.
Jones.
If you want to consider Weekend Classic mode, but they added something for offline and online players. So I think that's, you know, I mean, better than we've gotten in a few years. I know we got a couple of new offline modes not that long ago, but
There's a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If he can get in that location, boy, you've got.
and I mean, if people are really, you know,
difficult to hit.
hung up on the length of the season for Weekend Classic, I mean, I would imagine they're capable of changing it during, you know, at the end of the season or whatever, right? Like the first season runs for 6 weeks, right? And through that 6 weeks, people are just kind of complaining and being impatient and whatever, right? I would imagine that they'd be able to change it in preparation for the next season, kind of thing. 2 weeks will probably make the ranked season work program worse. I mean, yeah, that's probably true too. That's a good point. They really want to make the Weekend Classic a thing, and that price we have to pay with the power creep. Yeah. I mean, there are certain things that we're gonna have to deal with in regards to getting the power creep out, for sure. Because it's a different dynamic, right? So yeah, we're for the first, I would say for at least the first 6 weeks, like we're gonna have to get used to using some of the silver and gold cards. And I feel like there's a good chunk of the community that's okay with that. Because they know down the road, you know what I mean, they're just gonna be getting better. Right? But some will still complain. Even some of the ones that asked for the sets and seasons to be gone, some of them will still complain about that part of it, for sure. But at the end of the day, I think this way is better. They just don't have enough players in their pool to do sets and seasons. So I think this is a much better format for MLB and SDS. And again, I think like at the end of the day, between last year and this year, I think it's a significant improvement, in my opinion. Given they finally kicked the last gen, other than the Switch, I don't know how much effect that's gonna have. At the very least, like online connection wise. I know there's plenty of games that have it the same way and are still able to put out really good graphics for the current gen port of it. Just to be interesting to see online wise. Yeah, like they've done they've done something for almost everyone this year. So I think overall it's a big step in the right direction. Is it possible that Weekend Classic could use some tweaks? Yeah, for sure. Diamond Classic, we don't, or not, or Diamond Quest, we don't know what the rewards are going to be like. So it's possible that that may not work out well right out the gate. But again, like I think for the most part, any issues that people have with the game this year is all fixable. But that's pending. Yeah, and I mean that's fair. It was just like, especially like Diamond Dynasty, that was such a small amount of information compared to everything that's in there, right? So yeah, I like some little things, right? Like the hit milestones and stuff, but I don't think there's much for rewards there other than like an icon and XP. So we'll see, you know, how we feel about that. Like, it's a cool little thing. It's not going to take away from anything, but you know, at the same time, they got to be careful too, not to be giving out too many rewards, right? Because by the looks of it, we're gonna have so many more programs this year than years past, and I feel like that's kind of saying a lot. Because generally speaking, most years there is a lot of programs. So either way, even if they, you know, somehow, some way, completely botch the stream on Thursday, I still think we're in for a better year than we had this year. In my opinion. Nice. I mean, we're not hitting, but neither is he, so I'll take it. It'd be really cool if we get a 700 tonight.
And we're back. And now the shortstop, Trey Turner. Schemes back to work.
So, I mean, maybe I'm just being a little too... Maybe a little bit too optimistic, maybe a little bit too, like, positive about it all. But, like, sometimes I really like to remind myself the state that Madden and NBA and NHL and those games are in, and I just, you know, we got it pretty good in comparison, right? That's not to say like give them a free ticket if they make, you know, a free pass if they make dumb decisions with rewards or whatever it is, right? But we got it pretty good, man. And it's gonna be cool to see because there's gonna be a lot of like NHL guys that, well, I mean, it happens every year, but a lot of NHL guys gonna come over and like, you know, Madden, all that kind of stuff. I think it's at the very least the first like month or two, I think we're gonna see a lot of people playing it. A little bit more than usual around release time. And again, I think, like, road to the show, I think people are excited right now because they got the college, they got high school, you know what I mean? They have attribute control now, so they can do what they want when they want in regards to upgrading. But I think when people come around to the MLB aspect of it, I think people are going to be disappointed because it's going to be a lot of the same. And then, yeah, there might be some little things, right? Like, when it comes to Diamond Dynasty that people may be a little disappointed about. But I'm excited. I think part of the reason why I'm excited is because, like, life-wise, I'm more free and more capable of creating content and live streaming and all that kind of stuff. So I think I'm excited to have more of a consistent year than I really have in like a while. So I think that's part of it too. Because I am really excited to try and go start to finish this year with MLB and WWE. And then with some of the live reaction content too that I'm putting up on my second channel. Like, I don't know, but I think I have like a good feeling about this year. So that could certainly be adding to like the excitement. Jeez, I gotta stop hanging those. I got myself in trouble here. Well, I already have, down 2-0 here, so definitely gonna have to. Oh, really? Oh my god. No, it's only a double, but there's nobody out. We've already given up 2 runs and a double. So, yeah, it's not a great start to the 4th inning here. I think some of the new card art looks really nice too. I mean, the live series is what it is, like, generally speaking, every year. You know, I mean, there's not much variation in that. And I mean, there's not a lot of variation that can be had with the live series cards. But like the 20th anniversary card art looks really good.
Smash to the left side. Finally
And I think
gets
the
the first
Jolt
down
card
here on
art
the
as
ground.
well looks really
The
nice.
ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really
And it's cool
impressive.
that they came up
Freeman
with a
gets it in
different
the
name
air.
for the
Should have
captains,
this one.
other than just like captain cards.
Puts it away for the
So that's
out.
a nice little thing.
Here's Mookie now.
And we might be seeing like a
This
handful
is
of
a
quality of life
true five-tool
updates
guy.
too
Not
that
very
just
many
kind
of
of,
them out there, but
you know, might make our
he's not
lives a little
feeling
bit
can't take
easier.
your eye off of him.
So we'll see. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm
So,
anxious
foul.
for Thursday.
Fans come to the ballpark to watch him play. And in baseball, to
Definitely
have
anxious
such
for
a talented
Thursday.
player going out there every day and putting on the show that he does, just a joy.
Because after Thursday, we'll know
Front there as he swings through it.
basically
It's for
everything
average power,
we really
the
need
ability
to know
field the arm, and then the speed.
about Diamond
Really
Dynasty
impressive.
to make a really good
That's foul off to the
judgment
right side,
on,
keeps the AB going.
you know, how the year is going to go, kind of thing. Up from this year, yeah, exactly. And like especially, and that's kind of saying something too with the significant jump they've made this year just
And one in scoring
overall, right? The whole road to the show stuff, I mean, that's a great step in the right direction at the very least, right? And then franchise, people are, generally speaking, people are pretty excited about all the under the hood work that they've done, you know, so that's another big step. And then Diamond Dynasty, right? They've made, even with just the sets and seasons gone and the 2 new modes, 1 each for online and offline, I feel like that's a big step as well in the right direction from last year. So for it to only go up from here, I think that's, you know, I think that's saying a lot.
Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Hang on. I think I'm being called.
Gonna count 1 and 2.
His understanding.
Pause it real quick. 2 seconds, folks. 2 seconds. No, I'm hearing things. Jackson messaging me too. No, don't wanna. No cheating going on. No reporting necessary.
Very close 0-2 fastball.
Yeah, so I definitely think we're on the up and up with MLB, and that's exciting too.
Wouldn't chase that time.
I'm really hoping WWE 2K doesn't turn into NBA 2K, like monetization wise. But I mean, I think it's only a matter of time, really. Especially given what PGA just did with their
He provides a surprising amount of
their
pop from
VC and
second
stuff.
base position.
Listen, that's not something to take lightly.
So
Getting that kind of production from the guys up the middle, it's not a
I
stretch.
try and enjoy my faction as long as I can. But
When you're in the dugout,
again,
you
I
see
feel
a guy
like
come up big like that that you
every
don't
year I
necessarily
might start
expected.
feeling
It just
more and
energizes
more
the
like
entire
NBA
team.
2K. Hey, how we doing, Corey? Welcome in, man. How's the night treating you?
Foul ball, it stays 0-2.
We're struggling a little bit out the gate. Not as bad as we have in the past,
Hit to third.
but the hitting is definitely just a
Throw on to
bit of an
Freeman,
issue.
and that quickly 2 away. And now Mickey Mantle.
Oh, he's doing a
And
nice
then yeah,
job
just
of
giving,
keeping the ball out of the air, lets
kind
the
of
defense
grading
work behind him with another ground
the
ball.
deep
Good
dive
execution.
video that we had today.
First pitch swinging.
And I have watched a couple videos on the island, and it doesn't sound all that promising.
Right through for a strike. Now, this
We'll see about
offense has
that too.
been
I think
locked down almost 5 full
there is
innings of
some
shutout
single
baseball.
player, like offline content there. But oh, good pitch. That I definitely think I'm gonna like play through and
Down 1, 2, 3.
do a series on. And it does sound like they're gonna continue updating
We head to the bottom of the
and
fifth.
adding
Now it's the
more
switch hitting outfielder,
like single player
Mickey
challenges
Mantle.
and stuff like that. So it could be a little bit of fun just kind of doing those things.
On its way to the corner. Brock in
Keep forgetting I
pursuit.
want to take out Brock. Or do I?
Long run, tracks it down. And there's one away.
Went for a
And
run
as
on
he
that
fits.
one. Good lord.
So fun to watch.
And now the catcher comes up to him. William
I was just about to talk about everything, but you said right. I mean, hey. Let me know what you think, man. You know?
Off the mark there. And that's
Regardless,
ball
like,
one.
there's going to be a lot of same opinions, but, you know, either way.
Out in front with the swing,
Kind of
and
what
that
we're
is
here to talk
strike
about
one.
tonight.
1 ball, 1 strike.
You know? That and maybe some WWE.
So a
But-
foul ball makes it 1-2.
You can see he was trying to stay back.
Yeah,
long
so
enough to
the,
get a speed pitch, but just a little
yeah.
tardy on the fastball.
The 1-2.
Tommy Dynasty looks good. Looks fun. They're making
That one
some
ripped.
good
Mantle
good
going
decisions, good steps in the right direction.
back, and it hits
And I
the
think
fence.
we're
And
in
it
for a
is
good
second
year.
with one away. That's a double.
And like Toxic was saying,
It
can
was
only
all
can
over.
only get better from here.
Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you
They
have
won
to
out
be
double, that's
happy
not
with
great.
the result.
Here's Acuna now.
Gotta be a little more careful with our pitches, I think.
2023 was a special season for Ronald Acuna Jr., the unanimous MVP in the National League.
And I think
After putting
there's
together the first ever 40
I think we've only
season in
seen, like,
baseball history. Safe to say he's
not
gonna
to
be a special
exaggerate,
player for a long
but like the
time.
tip of the iceberg when it comes to like
Over at
little
second, one
additions and like quality of life stuff. Because the milestone like hard art up in the top left corner
That changeup right out of your hand, just
for
spin
Diamond
off.
Dynasty, I think that's a really nice touch, a little, you know, little quality of life thing.
Next
Right?
offering upstairs. Righty to the plate.
Yeah, I think we're still in
Line drive.
For
and
some
that's
surprises
base hit out
here
into center field.
tomorrow.
Around third. He'll score
3-0,
easily,
damn.
and they're up by 3.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. You see a ball come off the bat like that, you know it was pretty much a perfect swing. And for me, I start wondering, and I'm looking on the computer, what was the exit velocity? This time,
Okay.
106.
They're trying
And now here is Ellie De La
to get the
Cruz.
outs here. Wow, okay.
Just missed.
1 ball, no strike.
One hell of a pitch.
And that
We'll
one
take that,
wrapped
strike.
Foul.
This is one of those
Strike,
situations
strike.
the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard
It's
right
gonna hang
at
a
them if
little
they're
bit.
going to have a chance
It's okay though, it wasn't in the strike zone,
One
so we're
run
good.
across in the
We're
frame
good,
so
we're good.
far. Last half of inning number 5. The next
Oh
pitch misses.
my
2 balls,
lord.
2 strikes.
Island today. I have some opinions about that. Yeah, it's not promising. It's not promising. I'll definitely say that.
Ball.
So,
God,
here we
man.
go. Base runner at first could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if
God
it's a
damn
swing
it.
and miss at the plate.
I mean, he sets up the double play, I guess, but
Speed and walk the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
So first and second with one man gone. Now Trout gets a chance to
Jeez.
hit. Missed with a changeup.
Oh, come on, Barrios. What happened to those dots you were throwing?
Barrios.
Oh, that was a bad throw.
Dives back in.
Brutal.
Right through
There
there
we
for a
go.
strike.
Jesus.
And that's two
Oh,
out.
come on, man. For real right now?
2 on, 1 out. That one in there
Thank
to Mike
you.
Trout. Out to
Crap.
center.
Mantle have an
Circles
arm?
under it.
I don't know, but we're going for it.
Brings it in. Runner tags at second.
Let's have a bit of an arm.
Applies the
Let's go.
tag, and
Oh,
a 2.
what a
Play.
throw.
They limit the damage here.
Let's go, baby. Love that. Love that. More people to 5EC, upgrade their guys.
Top half of inning
Yeah,
number
that's, you know,
6.
curious to
Now
see
here
if they
is
seem to
Josh
rewards, but
Gibson.
from all the matches, I did like that, but if you run into a sweaty night 1, probably hard to face it. Yeah, like, I don't like the idea that way.
Well, these
I can run
guys,
into a
just
99
like
overall
discipline
night.
at the plate in this ball
That
game.
seems
Chasing
kinda
pitches has
ridiculous.
been a big part of the story.
DC
We've seen it
prices
get
are
quite a
high
bit today. It's been tough
for
to make contact with
cosmetics
the
and
ball,
stuff.
and it just doesn't
So-
look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Oh, man, I forgot it was Gibson. I hear that crack and I'm like, yeah, but not.
One down. And on the mound,
Yeah, it seems like the
fantastic
online
guy with all the
matches
swings and
for
misses. He's had 'em eaten out of
the
park
island
this
are a
game
little
pretty much
clunky.
all game.
So again, with that, I might just stick with the offline stuff that they have for it, because they said they were going to be updating it throughout the year with new missions and stuff like that with Paul Heyman. So, oh my God, I can't hit anything tonight.
Out. Number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Sean Green. Hard hit, right side.
Oh, it's going to be a long few innings here. Gotta really try and turn this around. I mean, we're pitching well, so like, you know, we should be able to keep them at 3 runs here, but
Bottom of the 6th.
we just can't friggin' hit. Energy's a little. We'll get somebody ready, just in case here. As long as we're not giving up home runs, then I'm good. I'm happy. The last gameplay of the universe, I really multiple shows on one day. Yeah, it seems like they really made some good improvements to my universe.
Foul ball there.
I think my faction tonight, we'll see a bit more about tonight or tomorrow. I saw when the embargo was lifted for that on Twitter. I just can't remember if it was tonight or tomorrow. You know, Eastern time, and it ends up being like middle of the night. God damn it.
And misses inside.
At least we didn't hit him.
Kicks and deals.
Yes, let's go.
And there's one down. Now here's the
This is where I get much more into it, when we get up into the, you know, somewhat higher ranks. Ah,
misses the
wow.
zone and he gets him to chase.
Surprised we got a swing on that. Crazy. Crazy.
Swing and a slow
Jackie's
roller.
got that, no
Robinson
problem. Get him.
to first,
Beauty.
And they get the out on Jones.
Quick 1-2.
Here comes Freddie
Quick
Freeman.
1-2.
That's what the sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Let's keep it rolling, shall we?
And first offering is fouled off.
Yeah, 75 pitches. This should probably be his last inning.
2 outs. He swings and fouls one off.
I like having them go 7 if I can, but Kinsler, hey, how's it going? Welcome in, man. Or just welcome in, I guess.
Smashed on a line. Mantle makes the
Don't
grab,
mean to
and
make
that'll end the
assumptions, but
inning.
welcome in nonetheless. How are we doing tonight? How are we doing? What are we up to? Thursday be interesting. I want to see
We
the
go to the top of the
deep
7th.
dive for
We'll
Diamond
turn
Quest,
it down.
Conquest, and everything else, because I think they're
Pretty
going to
amazing
show
athlete.
everything on
This guy
Thursday.
is
I think they
power
will,
and
for the most part.
speed.
They're going to leave
Threat.
some surprises for us to
You're
go
talking
into
about someone that could steal
and find
your
out for
bag
ourselves,
and go deep.
but
Bo Jackson,
we'll
anyone?
get the
Swing
blunt
and
of
a
it.
miss as he was out
We'll get the
front.
blunt of it. And I wouldn't expect too much change from Conquest, to be fair.
Able to do the baseball mechanical things really well.
But I think
because the sky's
the
the
most
limit on
inter-
that potential.
most interesting part of Diamond Quest that people want to see are the rewards.
And the righty deals.
Like the mechanics type thing are there, right? Like
Easy fly ball.
with replayability and everything like that, and the randomness of like, you know, you're playing moments or you're playing a 3-inning game or you're, you know, playing a boss or whatever it is. I think the big question there is if it's going to be worth it. I gotta pay attention.
Pitch right there, tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
Ball
There we go. We gotta get back to
Two-strike changeup that just
our good
missed.
at bats here.
I think it froze him.
Having a good approach. That was a tough pitch though. I think that was a strike. Either way too. So, all right, Vladdy. Our averages are coming down again. and I'd
Down that
rather
far away,
not
and that's out of play.
let that continue for much longer here. So
The wind to the pitch.
Strike
And a
two.
big swing and a miss.
drop my PCI.
Looks like these
Yeah, I
hitters
think
have
the
been in
rewards
between with
is the
their
big
timing
question
today. Good
when it comes
fastball,
to
excellent slider,
Weekend
but they've
Classic
not been able to
and
commit to one
Diamond
velocity and
Quest.
stay there.
I think that's the big question. I think if the rewards are good for those, I think
0-2 now.
most people will be happy.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Happy with the Diamond Dynasty as a whole.
2 down, nobody on.
Ah,
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And we're back.
not tracking the
Here's
pitches
second
anymore,
baseman, Mookie Betts.
as well as
This
I
kind of lead,
could be
you can swing
anyway.
freely. Try to hit the ball out of the park.
Okay,
Do
let's
what he wants
get
to do.
Raleigh
Raleigh fingers.
fingers in there.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their
Yeah, we're
players a
running out of
chance to
time
fight
here a
back
little bit.
into the game.
And Mookie takes
Down to our last
Raleigh,
6
tall
outs.
righty. He features a sinker, a
So that's kind of a
slider,
problem
and he
since
works
we're
in a
still down by 3.
four-seamer. There's a swing and a miss.
1-1.
We really got to lock in here come the 8th inning.
Gets the
Beautiful.
chase after that
I
one.
thought that was
Love
strike
to
3.
see it. Power versus power right
I
there.
really did.
Turns and fires the Betts.
That could be dangerous. Nope. Got him looking. Let's go.
Like the call.
Love it.
Digging in, Mickey Mantle. Singy, you gotta appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful.
Oh,
a
that's
laser
unfortunate.
base hit.
That's okay though.
So they get a man
See if we can get a double
aboard
play
on a
here.
single.
Now, no waiting around.
End it quickly.
He's ready to swing it on the first pitch.
That'd be
Nice job
ideal.
of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field.
I mean, we'll take a strikeout. An out is no.
But right there it did.
But we get a double play. That would be
And that's off the
Kinda cool.
inside edge. And that's ball 1.
straight pitch. All right, swing and a miss. Yeah, that's okay.
Man at first, one away.
As long as we're keeping them at bay, playing the events, since the rewards are really good.
That's the second
So
out.
going to ranked will be fun pitching. I don't know what the restrictions on the event are right
1
now.
for 3.
I usually only play them
Over to Jackie.
for the
And that
rewards
is that.
actually, because I really dislike not being able to use at least like gold pitchers. You know
And
what I
welcome
mean?
back to the ballpark. Now,
This was my bread and butter when it comes to winning games and stuff. So
Right here that they bear down and
who is
turn
it? Paul
over
O'Neill.
at-bats, try to chip away at that lead because
Run
if he
whenever
gets
you
it
want,
tonight,
but
that closer's
common
coming in.
pitchers. Yeah, see, like I can't stand using common
Catches the zone
pitchers.
for a strike. It's 0-1.
Can't stand it.
It's been tough for the offense so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off. Go up there.
Yeah,
and
like some
relax.
events I don't mind
That's the only
playing.
way you're gonna be able to put
Like
runs up on the board.
like next year, I'll probably end up playing something like that just because
He's there. He's
you know, to get the
And a
reward.
quick out number 1. Jackie Robinson will hit next.
But like right now, like that's probably not something I would
Swing
jump
and a
into.
miss, and that's strike 1.
0-1.
Line
Hey, a
drive,
base hit.
and there's a hit.
Oh, he got by him.
Around first, digging for 2.
We're going
Now
3.
around second,
Screw
going
it.
for third. And he's got himself
Boom,
in
we'll take
trouble.
it.
Showed a willingness to drive that
I don't know if
pitch
that
the
was
opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't
the
try to
game or
he let it get deep, took the barrel
he
low,
made an
too,
error, but
and
we'll take
extended
it.
through the swing for the line drive base hit.
The lefty to 1-0. Now one missed.
Struggled a little bit in this one.
All right, we just need
But doing a much better job in this.
oh
Down
Mickey
the
not to
line.
do that.
Acuna on the run. And he kicked
Ooh,
right
okay,
down
that's
there.
weird.
It's a foul ball.
That's
O'Neal,
weird.
He's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's
We're
game.
doing
Electric
a
stuff
midnight
that
stream on
results
Thursday.
in
I have
a
early
ton of
appointments next week.
strikeouts in a tough spot like this.
Yeah, I mean I'm gonna watch where I
Headed
can,
down the
but
line.
I gotta be up early
And
for
that's a
Jackson
foul
school and
ball.
stuff during
As
the
a
week.
hitter,
So
when a guy like this comes
outside
in
of
the
next
game,
week
you feel like
actually.
he's
So
standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you,
Might,
expecting to get a swing and miss.
sleep a little later for one or two of those Thursday night.
The 2-2 on the way. Now it's belted.
There we go. 1-run game. Let's go, baby. Mickey Mantle.
And they throw a
Getting
pair
us
on the
within
board.
reach here.
It's 3-2.
Beautiful.
Base is empty, one
Come
away.
on.
Here's the catcher.
There we go,
Josh
thank you.
Gibson. Pitch misses
All
there.
right, can we tie it up
1-0.
before we get into the bottom half here?
97 on the gun. O'Neal.
Not sure I'm
Maybe
gonna stay up
little
Thursday
less
or not.
aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems
For a
that
little bit
way.
to see
You know,
the full
pitchers,
game.
they can come out, feel good,
Yeah,
but then all of a
and
sudden
like at the
get
same
touched
time,
up
I
a
may or
little
may
bit,
not.
and they start trying
But I'm gonna be
to
playing
throw
anyway.
instead of pitch. They're not
At
trusting
midnight
their stuff.
probably, so. Just
And that's
WWE, I
on.
can't do it
He's
with
been
this
for the
week
most
because
part. Is it
I
gonna
gotta be
take
up
someone going
to
out to the mound to maybe refocus
wrap.
a bit?
Well, Thunder, every pitcher's a little different.
It'll be fun for a little
liken it to
bit,
you.
but
Sometimes you come
I'm gonna
in
have to
and
see
you
how
lose
it goes,
focus and
especially
kinda do what it takes
with
to
the
get you
island.
on track.
Yeah, like again, with the island, I think I
So
might
perhaps
just
it's the
stay on
same
top of
with him.
the
Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little
um,
pick-me-up.
the offline single player stuff.
Stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. And to center. Trout settles under it.
And then outside of that, just stick with
And that's the third
my rise and my faction. And those will
bottom of the
be,
eighth. And the batter
those will
the
definitely be my
shortstop,
main focus
Ellie
this
De La
year.
Cruz. Rowley back to work.
Because even with
To the right side. Robinson.
2K being
Swings to
2K,
first.
like I might
Gone to the bottom of the eighth.
stick it out a bit longer,
Mike Trout.
just over,
Seeger low in the zone right
you know,
there and produced exactly what he was
the
looking
games
for. Ball on the ground.
coming,
Nice
like
ground out.
2K26, 27 kind of thing. Because I'm definitely like a bigger
0-1.
wrestling fan than I am a basketball fan. So for me, it might be a little bit more worth it to kind of stick it out with all the microtransactions and all that crap. Because like as it stands now, like you can still get some pretty, from what I've seen by like playing and stuff like that, you can still get some pretty good cards and everything for
So two down now.
no money
And
spent.
here is Juan Soto.
And we'll kind of, depending on like how that goes, whether we'll play
On the ground, right side.
like some ranked matchups in my faction.
The 0-1.
Might be something I might want to try and get into,
Down the
but I
line.
don't know.
And
We'll
that's a
see.
foul ball.
Man, this has been a real
feel like
game
online
in relief. I mean, so far,
wrestling could
they're
get
doing a great job
pretty
holding that
cheesy.
deficit at one.
And down on
Let's
strikes
go.
he goes. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3.
Not screwing around here late game. Baseball comes out next week. I'm hoping to win a copy. If not, I probably won't get it to work after I come back from work. Well, hopefully you can get lucky, man. I got mine all locked in. Should be able to start downloading WWE at midnight in preparation for Friday. I'm going to be playing a lot of that on Friday. I think that's all I'm going to play on Friday. Just for fun and like get a bunch of content out.
The pitch.
Well, maybe not a bunch, but definitely get some
And
content
that
out.
one fouled off.
Because there's going to be lots to play in my faction too, I think.
To the right side.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, Sean Green. Lead up base hit in the top of the ninth. Do or die here. Lead up base hit in the top of the ninth.
No, that at bat had a lot riding on it.
Down by
Certainly
one.
a pivotal swing of the bat in this ball game. He kinda rolled over
And if
on
we
this
get the
pitch
lead,
a
we
little
still
bit,
got to
but he got enough behind it to shoot it through
turn
for a
around in
run.
the bottom of the ninth and
Anytime you
hold
can
on
get
to
him
it.
find a hole.
Turner up
So
to
see
bat
what we can
next.
do here.
He's off for a ball.
Oh, don't
In the
call me on
dirt.
that. Okay,
Nice
good. 2-0.
job behind the
Cool.
plate there.
Good start for Trey Turner.
Righty delivers.
We just got to catch. Oh, there we go. See? 2-on, nobody out. Speed all around.
Throw back in quickly.
We're in business, folks.
First and second now with
We're in
nobody
business.
out.
Couple of singles back to back. Anytime you rip a line drive the
And we
other
got
way,
Lou
you
Brock,
feel
more
really
speed.
good about what you did at the plate.
I
You
feel
trusted
the
your hands,
need-
you let the ball
the
travel, and
need
took the barrel
for
straight to it. That's
speed.
great work right there.
Digging in. Lou Brock.
When did he change his
One,
picture?
0-1.
I didn't even
Crowd
notice.
locked in right now. One run game here in the ninth.
Oh,
Now, this is
hit
in
that
the air
well.
down the line.
Gonna get caught though.
On the move towards the line.
Going third though.
Makes the grab.
Run, man,
Takes it
run.
second, and he's in safely at
There
third
we
with
go.
one out.
All right, we're in business,
He's
so
two
at least
outs
tie
away.
the game here.
And here's the first
At the
baseman,
very
Vladimir
least.
Guerrero
Yeah,
Jr.
Raw was really good.
And that one hit
Like it started off with a
97 on the
bang,
dot.
In the infield
and
at
then
the
like it
first,
kind of
I
calmed
was
down a little
surprised to
bit.
see
Not to
them
say
come
like the
home
rest of the show
first
wasn't good,
and
but
prevent that run from
you know, and
scoring.
then the Rhea and Io Sky match, it
On
like
the strike.
spiked again, kind of thing. You know what I mean? It, like just entertainment level wise.
2 on, 1 out.
I gotta say, Punk's growing on me a little bit. Although, like, I've always known his promos. Like, he's always been good on the mic. And I think if he wasn't as good on the mic, he might not be as popular as he is.
Right-hander kick steals.
Here we go. Bases loaded with 1 out.
They're not ready
Hell
to go
yeah.
out quite yet.
Gunner. This is not what he wanted. This is not what he wanted. 308 with 9 RBIs and 6 home runs.
Headley. Jensen.
There's a strike.
Some
All
hitters
right,
just
we
more
weren't gonna do
confident they
anything
can
with
track
that anyway.
first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher.
Yeah,
They don't
but
care
Raw
about
was
the
really
ball.
good last night. There we go. Tie game. We're gonna go station to station. Okay, I thought it was a wild throw. I'm gonna say crap.
Well done, drives in the run. It's a pretty good pitch.
All right,
down
here we
the
go,
well,
Jackie.
and an even better job to go down there and
Hoping to
hit
get
the
a
ball,
bit
trying
more
to
out of
the
Gunner,
opposite
but
field for the base hit.
we'll take it.
Robinson
Here's
in
got
the box
Kenley now.
Take strike 1. Turner on third. Guerrero on second.
Ooh,
Henderson
late on that one.
first with 1 away.
Wasn't a very good pitch to swing at anyway.
In
Oh.
the air, center
Is
field.
that gonna be deep enough?
On his horse.
Oh, nice.
This one it gets down. One
No,
runs
go back,
in,
go back, go
a
back, go back,
second
go
scores
back.
as well.
There we go,
They
up by
lead
2, man. Clutching it up. We did get a little bit lucky there. I'll say that. We got lucky there.
It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Pitch was on the
But I mean,
outside,
again, when you're throwing a lot of inside pitches,
still a nice job of
you're
using
gonna get
the
hits
part
like
of the
that.
field to find a hole. No way he hits it that
Yeah, the
well
Punk
if he
went
gets around
off.
the baseball there.
Hit that pretty well too. Definitely gonna get to third on that.
He's got it.
Hopefully we didn't go
Takes
too
it
early.
second. Throw cut off to third.
There we go.
Got
Beautiful.
time to get him, and it's first and
We're
third
cooking. We're
with 2
cooking.
away.
Gibson too. I can be
Now at the
pretty
plate, Josh Gibson.
dangerous with him too. If I'm
De La Cruz
actually
gets it to first. And
having
that
a
is
good
that.
at bat, not swinging at nonsense.
So bottom of the 9th, down to third
All right,
base.
here we go.
Chipper Jones. 0 for 3 with 2
Definitely need a
groundouts
new
and
pitcher.
strikeout.
No question. We'll stick with Tanner Scott.
Tanner
Why not?
Scott takes over on the mound.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at
All
the
right,
same
we're up by
time,
2 here.
there's a reason they're
We just
put in
gotta
these
lock it down.
situations.
Easy, right?
That misses. 2-0.
2 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You
There
miss
we
inside
go.
the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
The 2-1.
It's more on the plate than I wanted. Green's there though. There's a first out of 3 that we need
And there's 1 down.
to complete this comeback win.
And now the first baseman.
Freeman.
Freeman.
Ready. Freeman.
I mean, this
First offering
this point of the year, you're
misses
really not
for
gonna
ball 1.
get like a break. Every part of the lineup is juicy.
Swinging a deep drive. This one's got a chance. Way back there. And boom goes the
All right,
dynamite.
that's 1.
He made him pay for that one. It's 5.
Only 1
Here at the bottom of the 9th.
1 run lead.
Now it's Mookie Betts.
Not choke it.
3 with 2 strikeouts.
That was a
and
good
fly
pitch
out.
too, man.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
No ball. 1 strike.
Maybe maybe now he'll be a little aggressive just because he's down by 1 here. All right, 1 out left. Let's go. Oh, let's get it.
Mickey Mantle.
Now, this guy, a
Bit of
player
game.
that if he gets on
Bit of
base,
game, it's bit of
has the
game.
ability to base paths.
You just can't miss over the plate right now.
Here's a strike.
Trying to keep good speed.
That was a
on the
really
bases.
good pitch. We're just gonna throw this away. I didn't mean to actually throw that.
And that one hit 97
Gotta get him
on the
up and
gun.
looking a little bit, I guess. Oh, that's not a good pitch. Ooh, okay. Okay.
Trying to close out
We're in
a
business.
1-run
Last
lead
strike.
for the last half of the ninth
Last strike. Come on, Scott. Ooh, okay. Okay.
inning. One strike away.
Ah,
That misses the zone.
can't choke it.
The count now
Can't choke it. This is it.
2-2.
This is it. Don't want to give him the opportunity.
Inside just missed.
That turns out to be a
Killing
really
me, bro.
good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Looking to get the tying run on
Great
base.
pitch.
Swing and a miss, struck him
Let's
out.
go.
And that is the ball game.
Well, he does a nice job of coming in and getting the save. He made a mistake.
Hell
on the
yeah.
pitch, gave up the solo home
That was a
run,
great game.
but he
GG's.
maintained his focus to push through to the finish
G
line.
a
Close one here
friggin'
today,
G.
and your final 5-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi
Oof.
saying so long.
Sweaty 8 hits apiece. 5-4 final. Good grief. That was a game. That was a game and a half. Oof. Bats came alive a little late, but I suppose it's better late than never. Beauty. Got Jackie 2 for 4. We got Raleigh with cut down 2 innings. And then Tanner Scott gets the save, baby. Love it. Mickey, Trey, Gunner, all contributors. Love to see it. That gets us to 683. One more win, and we're at 700. I feel like when MLB 25 hits next week, we're going to be in a good spot, gameplay-wise. And it just gets me even more excited for, 425. Because it took us, took us some time, but now we're back, and almost like we haven't missed a beat. Locking things down. What a game. That was a really close game. 5 packs. Cool. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll definitely take it. I'm sure we got some other rewards too, I would imagine anyway. Yeah, I don't know if it's anything worth like getting into. Oh, George Springer. I kind of want Springer. He's what, center field? Yeah, I definitely want me some Springer. Paxton would be kind of cool too, although I think we only have one of these. Central, we got okay, nobody really there that's gonna put in the lineup. East, Reed, Severino, Turner, yeah. Nothing there, and then right. We could get Sada here. Although I do like, or you know what? We're gonna get Trout. We don't have a good Trout card, even though I'm gonna have George Springer in center field. I still want to kind of get that Trout card. That's probably the highest rated Trout card that I have right now. So we're gonna make a couple of adjustments here, and then we're gonna take a quick break, and then come back for another game, and hopefully keep the good times rolling. I want a new center fielder. Verdugo might be it. Yeah, I think Verdugo's it. Might give me one too many lefties, but oh no, we're good. We're way good. And that we can not a bad lineup right there. And we could try and get Trout in there, but I think we're going to put Trout on the bench. Okay, let's do this. Oh, okay, I was like, what's happening here? Yeah, that's the highest rated stroke at our house. I'll slide him in there. Anything else? I don't know. I think we're good. There isn't to change all that much, really. I mean, things are kind of going well here. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, so just a short 5-minute break, folks, and then we'll get right back at it and see if we can win our next one to hit 700. I'm actually kind of anxious. Should be good. We'll be back in a few minutes here.
Every day I'm sipping sipping chemicals, choking on ammo, running from ghosts. Every night's another episode. I'm watching in slow mo, changing the channel. 'Cause I don't wanna think about the past. But it was beautiful now that I looked back. Hell always feels like heaven. Love is a poison medicine. Kick it until you get in. But you know I don't. You know I don't. Love it. Every day I'm sipping chemicals, choking on ammo, running from ghosts. Every night's another episode. I'm watching in slow mo, changing the channel. 'Cause I don't wanna think about the past. But it was beautiful now that I'm looking back. Hell always
Hey, what's going on, Tampa? How we doing, man? Been a while. Been a while. Honestly, I'm optimistic about 25. I am optimistic. For sure. I think the big thing is going to be rewards. I think that's going to be the big between weekend classics. I think people are a little disappointed that it's not every weekend, but I think it makes sense to do it at the end of every season. So we'll see. Yeah, I think the deal breaker is going to be rewards for Diamond Quest and Weekend Classic. I think that may make or break opinions in the community kind of thing on the new moves anyway. At the end of the day, I'm still optimistic because, it's just a good year. They made a big step from 24 to 25. So I think it's an uphill climb from here. A good old Holiday. If he can get us to 700. If we get to 700 after one more win. So yeah, man. Then we got WWE2K24 at the end of the week. I think that's gonna be fun this year too. So it's gonna be a lot of baseball and wrestling content.
Here's a big power threat. Chipper Jones.
My second channel is actually doing fairly well right now, so that's kind of exciting too. Right around, it's like a good time too. Wrestling out this in the end of the week, so you can keep posting on my MLB channel and try and get things rolling a little bit more there as well. Yeah, I think it should be fun. Again, as long as the rewards are worth it. At the end of the day, I think it should be a fun mode. It just reminds me a lot of. I know you don't play NBA 2K, but they have a similar mode in their My Team. It's called Breakout, and it's a similar idea. Like it's a board game style mode where like, I mean, you can pick whatever kind of like game you want to play, 3v3, whatever it is. But if you just go straight into it and don't change anything, like you get random games between the different styles of game modes they have in my team, and you're just kind of working your way around the board, getting all the spots, and you know what I mean. The more spots you take, the better the rewards would get. And then there's certain points where, you know, you'll get certain portals in the corners, which will level up your board. But at the same time, the level up will get you better rewards, but it'll bring up the difficulty as well. Basically, now that's saying everything. This is a lovely first game of the night. That happened to me like a few streams ago, Corey. I just got absolutely murdered all night. It was insane. This stream gonna make our break, and it's looking good. Yeah, I feel the same way, to be honest. I think the biggest thing is the rewards. There might be some people that may not like the new style of TA, but I think when it comes to like team building and stuff, when you're doing like, you know, a Jay's squad, Tampa Bay squad, or whatever it may be, right? I think it's perfect for that because, you know, it's team focused as opposed to division focused. So you just go straight for who you want on your favorite team or whatever, your favorite player on your favorite team. And at the same time, you can have like, you know, 3 Orioles players and then 3 Yankees players and 3 Angels players, and you're gonna be making progress, right? So I think it's gonna be good. Yeah, I think there were some that were a little worried, but it's definitely good to see that they didn't take anything away, right? Game mode wise, all they did was add to the mode. Nothing got taken away. I really don't think most would consider removing sets and seasons like taking away from the game mode content, right? Shadow, I'm gonna kick your butt, you're gonna make a mess, bunch of noise. I'm gonna get frustrated. Oh, I think that's gonna squeeze through. John Green, man, with those little finding those gaps in the infield tonight. Yeah, and like at the same time, like the modes that were already there probably aren't changed too much, other than maybe some quality of life, right? But I still think I still see that as a plus because, again, nothing was taken away in order to add what they wanted to add. Well, that's good at least, because I know there's some people that really just like to pound it out, but at the same time, like, what kind of grinds my gears about things like that is that there's some people that just like to grind it out right off the bat, right, and get it all done, and that's fine. But you know what I mean? The game comes out, right? You grind your butt off for the first week, you get everything done that you can. Don't complain the following week when you got nothing to do. You know what I mean? Play how you want to play, grind it out how you want. But if you're gonna go, you know, all gas, don't complain when you got nothing to do. That's just, you know, my 2 cents on it. Like combining the grinds of 16, 17 is back where we earn cards and playing them get more rewards. Yeah, and it's just better executed, I think. By the looks of it anyway this year. Looks like it's better executed. And people have to expect them to kind of control the progress a little bit, right? Because there's going to be certain yeah, I think it's a huge plus. But at the same time, people need to understand that in doing it the way that they are, it's nice that they double the XP cap and everything like that. But when it comes down to it, it's not sets and seasons, but they're still going to block your progress at a certain point, right? So I think people just need to understand that and not get mad. Well, not mad, but like annoyed when it's all done and like they're all cut up and they're kind of looking for things to do or whatever.
Deep left field. That's back. Adios, pelota.
Yeah, I think
And they jump out front.
this way is going to be much better, to be honest.
Here's Turner now.
It does seem like the rewards are decent at the very least along the way. And I mean, because you are getting cards along the way, right? So you're upgrading your team as you go to. And the cool thing is too, when you get to a certain point, now I don't know if this is going to be achievable from day one, but
High fly ball out to center.
each
And that is Springer.
TA for each team
It's a good recovery, though,
is going to
after
have
getting
like an
the whole
85, 86 overall Jolt card, which is now the captain card. So I think that's kind of cool too, because I think there's more people these days that are into like team building,
Swing,
right?
high
So I
fly
think
ball
that's kind
out
of cool
there
too.
towards left field. Verdugo right there to make
And it seems
grab.
like
And there are 2 outs.
they've really got a
Now the
handle
DH,
on
Jimmy Rollins.
the grind of it all and everything, right? Getting the rewards right kind of thing and all that.
High fly ball out into left center field. Verdugo ranging after it.
I think
Squeezes
regardless of
and
how
that
things
is
turn
that.
out on Thursday after stream and whatever they show us and all that, I think regardless of how it goes, I think we're still in for a good year, in my
Bottom half of
opinion.
inning number 2, stepping in the long ball threat, Alex Verdugo. Syndergaard.
A lot of the community may feel different,
That clips the zone,
but
and
that's,
it's 0-1.
that's just me.
Late swing, foul to the left.
That's still better than last year. Yeah, definitely.
Now this one's crushed down the line. Hook
You know,
in.
they're making good progress. And some of it's baby steps, some of it's bigger steps, but I should put early access. Shouldn't be capped because you're.
Fires.
There we go, tie game, Verdugo.
And that is gone.
I guess that was a good pick, eh?
They must be
I
going
believe that's
crazy
his
in the dugout.
first at bat
It's
on the
1-1.
squad too.
Standing in is the power hitting second baseman.
As they're
Jackie
playing right sides
Robinson.
to grind and play the game. Yeah, but then it comes back to right, like they still need to
Nobody out with a run in. Bottom half of inning
relatively
number 2.
control your progress, right? Like
On to first.
they want
And that's the
to give
first
you
out.
lots to do in early access, but at the same time, they don't want you getting leaps and bounds ahead of everybody who couldn't afford the early access, right?
Fouled off
Because
left
then that makes it an even more unlevel playing field. So like I get the gripe, but like at the same time,
side. The zone.
they really
Not even 1-1.
they need to have that balance there.
Comes up empty.
Jim's so nice. I'm literally out hitting him too, so all the pitchers I've been throwing
And it skips into
either hit or hit a massive home run. Yeah, some games, man, are just
chase that time.
that way. Those games are gonna happen, regardless of what the reason is for it. Whether it's a game, whether you're just having a bad game, whatever it is. They say Jolts will replace some captains. Yeah, that's what it seems like. That's definitely what it seems like. Is that gonna drop? No, it's not gonna drop. You know, give me all the team stuff, and yeah, and I think that's what the new TA is gonna be good for, right? Pick your team, and you just go for it, right? Come on. All right, we'll take two. We'll take two. Little bit of a late rally here.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing
Two
around.
down. Already scored one. Springer coming up with a big hit too. His first
Just didn't have the right
at bat with the squad.
to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing.
Yeah, so I think teams are gonna flourish this year. Creators, I think, for the most part anyway, are gonna enjoy it. You know,
One of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, and that certainly is a benefit to him when he's in a spot like this.
no, I mean you're not wrong, but again, like
Spoils the 2-strike pitch.
For
You'll see another.
Yeah, if you're
the
gonna
amount of
be in the
people
game in high leverage
that want to be able to just do everything and get it all done ahead of everybody else, like there's even more that would disagree with that and sit on the other side of the fence, right? Because there probably is, there very well may be a lot of people with the same opinion,
Everyone, all the eyes in baseball
but at the end of the day, there's a larger part of the fan base that would see that as unfair. Because then the playing field is not as level as it should be, kind of thing, right? Jesus Christ. Got your World Series pack and just playing because I've been on everything else all day. Fair enough, man. I mean, I'm just playing ranked because like I want to play MLB, but I don't really want to play the event because I'm not using common pitchers. You know, not really gonna grind too much offline. So, hey, thank you for that follow. Sport Stats, appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a good week thus far. Pretty exciting week overall, depending on, you know, what you're into. A busy, fun, exciting week for me personally with WWE and MLB. And if they keep 2 times XP weekends, it'll be okay. I'll be okay. They countered the cap or did, but also told us when not to play or not. Yeah, so at least they, you know what I mean? It's nice that they do those little things, right? For people like you who do want to, you know, get as ahead as they can. You know, so they give you little XP boosts here and there, right? So, you know, kind of, you know, you get a bite of the carrot, and then you get a bite of the carrot, for lack of a better term, you know. Not to dumb down anyone or anything, you know what I mean? Just for lack of a better term, yeah. I'm doing good. I am doing good. It's been a good week thus far. The MLB The Show 25 news today definitely got me excited. More excited for next week. And you know, we're just chilling with the squad and, you know, chatting her up, not worrying about what's going on in the outside world. Because that's not what we need right now. We just need to chill and enjoy ourselves. Unfair because they don't want to grind it out, so punish the grinders, which was the bad choice they did. Hopefully more counters to that for the grinders in 25. Yeah, definitely, man. It's just always nice to have that excitement of the new game. So I think I think for the majority of the community, they're gonna have fun this year. And I think, you know, at the very least, we're gonna see less people kind of drop off player base wise, like 2 or 3 months in. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, man. You know, everybody has their way they like to do things, right? So, you know. Well, I know that's not me, because we're all green. Yeah, how's the week treating you, Sports Stats? How's the week treating you so far? I know we're still early on here, but it's been a busy couple of days, too. So. Yeah, and there's definitely, you're not the only one. You're definitely not the only one. But unfortunately, there's just not enough of you out there to just kind of have them, you know, open the doors kind of thing. Wide open day one. You know, it's business too, right? It's not malicious. It's not like, you know what I mean? Oh, screw these guys. Because like at the end of the day, like it's a business, and you know, the idea is just trying to get people to play longer, you know. That's all. And again, I think it'll help. And hopefully they do have, you know, the double XP weekends a little bit more often, right? I think it'd be a good idea to have the double XP weekend every weekend classic. I think that'd be a good idea, in my opinion. And then maybe, you know, halfway through the season. I think I've been seeing seasons are going to be about 6 weeks. So that's the worst, man. That is the worst. As hard as it would probably be to do, it would be nice if that wasn't an issue, if you were just, you know, offline grinding. I can definitely see the frustration in not being able to grind the quote unquote offline stuff without an internet connection. Because I'm willing to bet, hey, 700, that's our peak of the year. That's our peak of the year. But I mean, granted, we haven't played a lot this year either. So, and yeah, I don't blame you for not playing. Because again, like that's, I think development wise, like developer wise, it would be very difficult in order to be able to do that. And to be able to jump in, even just get into Diamond Dynasty without an internet connection would be fantastic. But I just don't know if it's possible, and if it is, I think it's difficult to do. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it's just these companies being like, you know, if you're online or, you know, but that's just my 2 cents, man. I try and use the common sense I got and, you know, put it to use. That's all. Division series. Alright, we'll see what's in the vault pack. Again, there's not going to be many upgrades to be had here, so. At the end of the day, the early access, you're paying $30 to play 4 days early. I want my 4 days of XP worth, not to be shackled, you know? That's where it really sucks, because it's ripping you off, kind of. Yeah, at the very least, like, have the cap at a point where, you know, you're not, you know, if you start playing at like 8, 9 o'clock, that you're not capped at, you know, by 1, 2 o'clock you hit the cap, right? Like that's a little much. But sorry, just 2 seconds. I gotta do something for the wife. Yeah, I know, right? It's unfortunate that like at this point, like it's still an option, but like the internet connection is always gonna be an issue with a lot of games. Yeah, like I definitely agree with the fact that like it's too low. You know what I mean? Because they have to realize there are gonna be players that you know are home all the time, and some days they're gonna want to just, you know, get 8, 10 hours because they worked the last 6 for 8, 10 hours a day or whatever, right? So they need to realize that people are gonna do that, and they need to, you know, have some way for them to be able to catch up in that day as much as they can, kind of thing, right? So yeah, and again, it's just a matter of like, as long as you're not, as long as that is, as long as it's at a point where people, you know what I mean, they see that they hit the cap, and like, you know, most just end up getting frustrated because it's like, you know, 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you can't play, you know, or not that you can't play anymore, but like, you know, there's very specific ways you can get XP beyond the cap. So I definitely see how that's frustrating. All right, how high can we get? We're in 700, almost 20 games over 500. Yeah, RT Road to the Show should be fun. Again, I think honestly, the high school, college, attribute control, awesome, beautiful step in the right direction. But I think people are going to be, I said this earlier too, I think people are going to be disappointed when they get to the MLB aspect of it, because I think that is going to be more of the same. And I think people are going to be disappointed. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that from what I've seen, that's exactly what it's going to be, I think. Yeah, he finally decided, oh, there's a DD trailer, hold my beer. We got another grind for you. Months for Series 2. Yeah, I honestly, I haven't been playing all that much. I've just really been keeping up with the dailies, daily check-ins, and like daily packs and stuff like that. But like, even like I saw that they added it today, and like it just dawned on me. I was like, how is this just being added now? Like, are you only gonna have 3 series 1, 2, and 3? Like, is that all you're gonna do? Because like halfway, it doesn't make sense. The release period of it doesn't make sense. It's way too low. 3 games on rookie scoring 10 plus runs and he hit the cap was ridiculous. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. No, I've definitely played some rookie games and ended up scoring like 20, 30 runs. And 2 levels of XP, that way you can gain 2 levels a day. I do like the idea though, but yeah, poor timing. Yeah. And again, like with things like this too, it can be a lot about trial and error with these things. And I think maybe it's more common than I think, but in my opinion, we're kind of lucky with most of the things that we may or may not have issue with when it comes to MLB The Show are relatively, they can be patched. I'm not gonna say easy because I don't know what it entails and how much work it is. I know there's a lot of like testing and a lot of levels of approval that the patches need to go through, but outside of that, my knowledge is not much. But most of it can be patched, so on the upside. Poor time, yeah. Because like even you would think it would be like every quarterly they'd release the next set, right? Or something like that. But you got the set 2 halfway through the year. Is it not? Almost, at least. Halfway through the season, at least, NHL season. There's not a way for XP is awful. It's not the only way for XP is awful. Yeah, it's... Again, like... There's usually reasons why they do these things. To counter the walk glitch because they couldn't fix it. Yeah, and you want to be able to prevent things like that happening, right? Like, you don't want people friggin' maxing out the XP path day 2 of the game. You know what I mean? Or like, it was like that was the issue, right? The new season would be coming, and then people would just do their thing, and then the season drops, and within 30 minutes, not even, they have everything done. You know what I mean? And like they just can't let things like that happen. That game sucked. I might take a quick break and then get into the next one. I hope I win the next one. Yeah, that's usually a good idea when either, whatever the reason is that you kind of get walloped in MLB in ranked, it's usually a good idea to kind of like take 5 minutes. And take 5-10 minutes and then come back and play again. Because I feel like if you play one right away, the mental like spiral you do kind of thing when you're in games like that will just continue. Halfway through the game cycle, it's overdue. Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought. In Show 25, I had my fun, but I checked out like 2 months ago, so they should have fixed the code 10 years. Yeah, and I mean, like, we gotta cut them a little bit of slack too, especially with sports games on the yearly releases, because their time is so limited. Like, their time is so limited. Yeah, and again, NHL I've been playing here and there. I've been more keeping up just with like the daily free packs and stuff like that. Like the dailies and then the ones in the shop as well. I feel like I could probably like turn on NHL right now and jump into Rivals and be alright. Be honest. Yeah, like good shit to finish it, but as grinders, we still get it done a week later. Yeah, yeah, and I mean that's different, right? Like if you're actually like spending the time to do it and not just like exploiting things, you know what I mean? And that's where, you know, developers are gonna have a problem when you're taking advantage of a certain loophole or like whatever, right? It may not necessarily be a glitch, but just something they kind of didn't really think of that people would take advantage of, right? And that's kind of where they have to step in because it's just like too much manipulation in regards to how they planned things out, right? So, want the break from NHL? Then, yeah, definitely, man. I think some people can just, you know, play MLB 24, day one cycle till the end of the cycle and everything like that. You know, but I need something else. You know, and even with having WWE this year, like having those two be like my main ones, like on the weekends and like stuff like that, like I'm still gonna be playing like because I need there's so many single player games out there that are worth playing and are really good that like I just, you know, I gotta play them when I can anyway. All right, let's get into another one. We're officially at the 700 rank. I think that's the first time in a long time. But again, I did not play all that much this year either, so and this is probably the easiest time of year to do it. All right. Yeah. Yeah, mental balance is good because especially like when it comes to these. Oh, I guess I took too long. Especially with these like ultimate team modes and like card collecting and stuff like that, like they can just like mentally, man, like it's like sometimes like if that's all I'm playing, like that's when I'm gonna get like too caught up and I'm gonna get, you know what I mean, I'm gonna be seeing too many little things that like shouldn't be happening gameplay wise and like whatever, right? I'm gonna start dissecting things, and that's when that's one thing you can't do with these games because it'll drive you crazy. They do a pretty good job at simulating these things, but I mean, no game is perfect by any means. Talk to any community and there's you know, there's things. So 7 I barely touch and it's been fun. Yeah, I'm glad I kind of have PlayStation Plus. I don't know what level I have right now, but like I usually try and keep the mid level so that I have access to like 100, 200, 100, 200 games or whatever it is. And there's some good ones on there. I've got a few of them on my PlayStation right now playing through them.
Gunnar Henderson.
The shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah, because like again, like
Line of the pitch.
there's only so much they're gonna let you do
Everyone finds the zone, and that
in regards to like completely altering the way they intended for you to progress through the game, right? Because you can kind of think of it as like an RPG,
that's how
right?
this game gets started.
Like, let me think. Like Assassin's Creed, right? A little bit different because it's not I mean, it's not an online game.
At the knees for a
So
strike.
like think Assassin's Creed. If you were able to manipulate the game or glitch the game or whatever, so that like right after the intro or like first mission or something like that, you know, your XP is maxed out You've got all the perks. You've got everything.
Cruz goes
You know what I
6 feet
mean? That
5
you can have
inches,
without
22 years old.
scoring and whatever,
Usually a shortstop,
right?
but today starts
Like,
at
I
third.
don't
He
think the
swings and
developers
misses,
would
and it's nothing
like
in one.
that all that
He
much,
remembers that he
right?
does
Because
not have to cover as much ground. So those
they would
balls
probably
to the
see it
left.
as
Remember that you got a
manipulation
good
of
shortstop that can make the backhanded play for you.
the way the game was intended to be played.
Inside edge. And the count is 1-1.
So, also having all these timers in the NHL, yeah, that's one thing I don't like either. They need to
The lefty
have those
fires.
programs or whatever stick around, like
So the
MLB
foul
does.
ball makes it
And I think that
1-2.
would be a big plus for them. I think that would make a lot of progress with a lot of people in the community kind of thing.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. 2 outs.
Yeah, that's it too, right? There's always progress that can be made.
Base is empty.
And again, and that's in any
Ronald
game,
Acuna
whether
Jr.
we're talking Marvel's Rivals, Division 2, Destiny 2, MLB, FIFA, whatever it is.
And
You
a
know what I
swing and a
mean?
miss there.
Especially
Base
more
is
so
empty.
these days than like ever before. Always room to improve.
Next
But
offering
there's
is
certain
foul
like
back.
EA and 2K, you know what I mean? There's only so much they're gonna do. Right? Sorry, one second. I'm
Nobody on the ground
trying to read
third.
everything here.
Fires over to Guerrero.
It
It
is
is a
set on the
1-2-3
XP,
inning.
which is smart. Yeah, it's smart, but again, like it's too much of a manipulation in regards to how the developers intended you to progress through the game. And generally speaking, most developers aren't really gonna like that, especially in a game mode like this.
And here comes. Swings and misses.
Promotions is
Seems
new
like
for this
day
year. Oh,
one,
is it?
his strike zone and play discipline.
Isn't their programs
He's been in
normally
the league
run
for
out?
6 years already.
Righty to the
It's
plate.
usually like the sharpshooter program or whatever they got
Swing and
going
a
on
miss
now.
for the strikeout.
Like that's only
And
around
it
for like a couple
way out
weeks
front of the
and
slurve.
gone in a couple of days or something,
Here's
isn't it?
Trey Turner.
It's fly by and franchise ratings. Yeah, the franchise ratings reveal tomorrow. I know some people are excited about that. I'm not really a franchise guy, but again, it's cool to see the community excited about things again.
I don't care what some players might say. Nobody likes getting hit.
Oh no? Okay. Again, NHL I haven't played a ton of over the last few years. I've played it and kind of
For strike one.
dabbled a little bit, but just under it.
De La Cruz pulls it down.
So far, seeing no timers in MLB outside of rank stuff, and that should have timers, but not on TA. Yeah, like that's the thing. If NHL's programs were like MLB programs and they were there and you could always finish them, and you had always had access to all those exchanges and like everything like that, I think I would enjoy that grind a little bit better. Yeah, between EA and 2K, they could really learn a thing or two from MLB.
And now it's William Contreras.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, NHL is your main game, so I definitely take your word for it.
This kid's got some ridiculous pop. Watch him on the backfields taking
But
batting
like, yeah,
practice.
that's
All of his coaches,
that's
which
one
is
thing I think NHL is missing, is just having those programs available all the time. I know a lot of the moments don't go away, but like a lot of players and stuff like that in there are always still available to grind and get.
said, yeah, he's good, and gave me that look that
But yeah, again, I'm not a big franchise guy, so the reveals tomorrow isn't really going to be a big deal for me. But like, again, it's cool to see the community excited about the yearly process again.
Just missed.
Yeah, I at the same time though, don't hold your breath on those ratings being final, because they're not always. They may be different when they may even be different when we see the game tomorrow, let alone come release. So, and I'm sure they'll mention that on Thursday. Now, maybe in the past those ratings have been accurate in comparison, but I feel like sometimes they're not always the same when the game releases. or I wish wasn't a thing. Wasn't 24, which is okay with. Yeah, and it's nice just to have that option, right? Like MLB does, you can go back and grind whatever at any time. You know, and I think that having that opens it up for a lot of more players, a bigger fan base. You know, because you want to have that easy access for casual players, and like the whole, you know, FOMO thing for a lot of casual players. You know, they'll come in and like they'll miss a few weeks, right? And then they will have seen that they missed this program, that program, and whatever. And one of their favorite players was in that program, and they're like, oh well, crap. Not gonna bother if you know what I mean. I'm gonna be missing all this stuff. Because I feel like FOMO can have a negative reaction too, on some people anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't be upset about that. Yeah, I mean his injuries have definitely been an issue, you know, and that should certainly affect overall, given, you know what I mean, they make it over a 3-year rolling period kind of thing, right? History-wise. Tim Acuna, Soto 92 seems high. Yeah, it's his defense, I think, that hurts his overall more than anything. Obviously, I mean, he's a great hitter. So I think that's a big part of what's going to hold him back from being like a 97, 98 or whatever. So.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the second. Now the left fielder, Alex Verdugo.
Yeah, definitely anxious for Thursday, I think. I think everybody's going to be, at the very least, content with what we've got going on with DD this year. Yeah, that's true too, right? And I'm saying, like, they do kind of have to control that somewhat. Because, like, they do want to let people make stubs, but, like, they don't want to let people go too crazy, right? So there's a bit of control in every market and every sports game. First rating is if that's not, you know, if that's not a fun rating. I do have to try and focus up a little bit. I'm still getting used to this whole multitasking thing.
Here's the third baseman, Gunnar Henderson.
Three-year thing is crap, and it has been in many cases over the years. Proven they took a look at things, but they do what they want. Well, I don't see how else they, like, I mean, that's really the best way to get their overall ratings and stuff is from actual real life stats. I don't see how else they can't just like give them what they want, whatever ratings they want. Like that just doesn't happen.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Got him. Getting over on the strikeout.
I don't think it is, man. They just put that shit into an algorithm and it does its thing, and they've got an equation. They've got it down to like a science. Every game.
That one misses. Ball one.
I'm sure every game does it in a way like that. Yeah, there's gonna be more expensive cards this year, I think. Just even live series. And I mean, yeah, like the Dodgers collection is gonna be stupid expensive and all that, yeah. But I think as a whole, collections might be a bit more expensive this year. Just I think more stronger players. You know what I mean? More talent. Kind of like the NHL, right? Like it got to a point where like there was just so much talent from top to bottom kind of thing that like it's just kind of the natural order of things, kind of.
Pitch. And another ball.
Recognize that changeup.
You know, guys who play lineup, they really don't, but it's still funny. People believe them. Well, they gotta have some kind of. There's some kind of process to it. Whether they're not doing the 3-year average or whatever, there's some kind of process to it. They have some kind of like equation for it. It's not just like random. There's a process to it, 100%. Because again, like, you can't just make any guy a diamond that they want kind of thing. Like, there's not, they can't do that. I'm sure there's certain restrictions and rules and stuff like that that come along with the MLB licensing as well. Yeah, the budget piece could be cool again too, right? Like early on in the year. Oh crap, I do that sometimes, and then people still base. But yeah, no, it's it's gonna be refreshing. Because what, it was 2 years that they did the testing seasons, at least 2 years.
Swing and a miss, strike one.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get
So I think it's gonna be refreshing to have things back this way.
At the belt and fires.
Be Battle Royale will mean a little bit more, I think. There's certain things that it's just gonna, you know. Yeah, I mean, with certain cards, they might tweak it a little bit, because sometimes they kind of have to, right? Like, maybe not the live series cards. Like, I feel like the live series cards are held to a bit of a stricter, for lack of a better word, standard. But when we come to, like, the specialty cards and stuff like that, like, yeah, I'm sure they kind of tweak those, because, like, you know, maybe they run it through or whatever, and it doesn't come to where exactly they want it. So they kind of, you know, okay, so let's give them like a little bit better fielding, or like a little bit better or whatever, you know. I mean, just kind of bring them up that one overall or something that I want, or like a Hall of Fame card, or, you know, something like that. That I could see. That could be nostalgic. I think there's going to be a lot of nostalgia attached to the early part of this game cycle, to be honest. I think nostalgia is going to be a big, I think it already is a big part of people being excited, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
And a swing and a miss.
Well, that's today's style of baseball right there, right? Big time velo on the bump and big time pop at the plate.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair too. I mean, I could see certain reasons why they would, you know what I mean? But like, again, at the same time, I would imagine they have to adhere to some sort of guideline, right? They can only tweak so much. Oh, I hear that crack in the back from Gibson. I always think it's perfect thing. Yeah, I mean, I could see, yeah, there's certain situations where they need to kind of play with the attributes a little bit.
Up and in, and it's 1-0.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just
I'm interested to see, like, well, I'm always started in 17, eh? Because, like, I never really, like, got into BR. I just rather play ranked. And I think, I don't know, I just don't like spending my stubs on playing a game mode. Well, I usually just stick with the events and ranked, then whatever is offline.
In the box now.
Alright, well, at least we're still tied. We're not getting, like, slaughtered or anything.
That one well
Guy's really
upstairs.
struggling, too, with the
And now
strike
it's
zone
even
here.
1-1. 2 outs.
Ah,
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
that was a dot, though. Still not really a reason to swing at that on with one strike, though. Who's it, Miller?
Towards right center.
No,
That's
Gray.
well struck. Makes the play, and that's out number 3.
Yeah, I gotta focus up a little bit more when we're hitting.
And
I'd love to stay above 700 tonight.
as we go to the top of the
Because this
fourth,
probably
here's a
will
big
be
power threat.
our last
Ronald
game.
Acuna Jr.
It is getting, we did start a little bit later. And I just got certain
And that's ball 1.
So, Boog, here's an
certain
interesting
schedule to
fact
keep
about
to at
Acuna.
night.
He has the most home runs in
Also, give me a
baseball.
bronze
He
Manny
passed
on the
33
Rays,
for the top spot
right?
in 2023,
I'm really,
and
because
I
we
think he might hold
still,
that record for a while.
Swing and a miss.
we
At
still
1-1,
have yet to
100
see
miles an
a
hour.
Legends trailer as well. So I'm thinking we may have a few surprises to come yet.
Generally, second, third time through the
To be
lineup,
honest.
you want to be able to lean
And then
on those
ranked events in
secondary
VR all in the
pitches
same
and
program
command
is sweet.
it.
Yeah,
Looks like
so
he's
that's
doing
kind
a
of
nice
nice
job
too,
of it.
right? Because I imagine they're still gonna have like,
Out towards right
you know,
center field.
they're still gonna have the
Green on
12 and
the
over
move.
awards and everything like that. But
Corrals it.
to have it all in one program is definitely nice.
And
So
here's
at
the
least you kind
catcher,
of still get a
Ian
little bit
Contreras.
from
He's
each
0-4.
one, I'd imagine, anyway, with that online program. Because it really just goes, it does come back
As he
to
chases that one into
just
dirt.
letting the player play how they want to play and still reap the same rewards, generally speaking, anyway. Other outside of like making World Series and like competitive and stuff, right?
And there's a base hit to left.
And again, I'm sure like World Series rewards are still going to be
Couldn't have timed it up any
separate
better than
from,
that. You try to jam
you
him
know,
inside
they're
the
going to be the
corner,
best
and he got
rewards and
it
everything
there.
like that, and
I have a feeling he was sitting on
ranked
that
and all
pitch
and
on
everything,
location because he was
you know.
all over
But
it.
we'll probably still see some of the
Now
same
it's gonna
tiered
be
rewards
Chipper
in the
Jones.
online program, I would
High
think,
fly ball
anyway.
near the pole. That one
Same
is
day as the
foul.
depth tournament. I mean, that makes sense. I could see why they would do
And the 0-1. Right through there for a strike. All tied up.
I'll honestly probably have the
Batting
depth
number
tournament
4.
on like for most of the time,
Swing and a ball popped up.
most of the
Under
day
it.
or whatever. Because I know those tend to
He
usually
makes the
be pretty
catch,
long.
And there's 2 down.
I mean, I'm not going to be sitting there with my eyes
So
like glued to it all day or whatever, but I'll definitely have it running and just kind of while I'm editing or whatever to, you know.
years old now. Usually a second baseman, but today he's starting
That's what I
at
usually
first.
do. Oh, they foul, yeah, we're good.
This has got a chance, and it is.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are going to be happy about that. 'Cause I know a lot of people enjoy playing co-op and kind of would like to reap the rewards, same kind of rewards as, you know, you would in ranked kind of thing. Sorry, one sec. Yeah, it's fun to watch. I mean, they have a blast doing it, right, for the most part. So, you know, and you get to see like everything, not like firsthand, but like,
A 1-1.
you know, the new animations and stuff can be fun to look for and like stuff like that, you know.
Bounce
And again,
over the
just like
middle. They take the force out,
with the
and
trailers, the
that is
graphics
the
just
inning.
seem to be looking better and better as we see the next trailer and video and everything. So
And we're back. Now it's the right
that would be
fielder,
cool.
Sean
That
Gray.
would be cool. And would be about time, because that's something that the MLB's had on their jerseys for
Gray.
quite a while, if I'm not mistaken.
And that's
So that would be, that's definitely a long overdue update. But hopefully it's, if it's in the creative uniform anywhere else other than DD, then we're gonna see it in DD, in my opinion. So I feel like that's usually how it is in most games. Like if you go into Road to the Show and create, well, no, that's different. That's a little different. But in any case, it's something. I don't see why they wouldn't. You know, if it's everywhere else in the game, but Diamond Dynasty, that would be rather unfortunate. We get a 2-run shot. We get a 2-run shot from Vladdy Jr. Let's go. Not the longest home run, but it made it. He hit that high too, though. Well, something to watch for the WC qualifiers has been fun. Yeah, those are always electric, eh? I think I'd have to dig for that a little bit. You gotta remember too, like here in Canada, we don't get it ESPN. So I'd have to find the right site for it. Yeah, that's true too. I guess there is the odd thing that's doesn't always transfer over to DD as well. So that's fair. That is fair. At the very least, I'm sure we'll get like the team jerseys. I'm sure we'll have them on the team jerseys. But again, it would be nice to have that added little extra customization option. Yeah, because yeah, it's interesting that the chain fences don't go in DD as well. I think they said why, and I can't remember. But
just a bit tardy there. Not sure if he had a hard time picking it up out of the hand or if he was sitting off speed.
It's honestly, I think they said it's something to do with like the programming or something. Oh, the World Baseball Classic? Oh, okay. I'll just have to keep an eye on YouTube then when the next game comes on. Cool, good to know. I don't know how much of the Jays I'll be watching this year. Like, I don't want to watch, if that makes sense, but just being excited about MLB 25 and stuff, I may end up watching more than I think. Oh, nice, man. That's always fun. I've been doing the pay-per-views, the WWE pay-per-views once a month, and that's been pretty fun. Starting to get into some of that content too. And again, it's been fun. It's been fun. I'm a big wrestling fan, so. And there's a handful of my regulars that are too, so it works out.
Here's the speedy catcher, Josh Gibson. Fly to left his first time.
As long as I'm watching the right thing, then watch parties are definitely a good time. For sure. Yeah, WWE has been on a roll lately, and it's just been a lot of fun. With like enjoying it so much lately, like I'm really trying to stay away from like rumors and like all the dirt sheets and stuff. I never understood why people went into those and like, and even like outside of, even outside of wrestling, I don't understand what the obsession is with so many people these days wanting to know things before they happen. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, Punk went off on Monday. Punk went absolutely off on Monday. I really enjoyed that. I'll say that. As much as I'm not a big fan of Punk, he is growing on me a little bit. I'll admit that a little bit, but I've always enjoyed his promo. I've always enjoyed his promo. Yeah, so you're really just trying to like expand a little bit. Welcome back, Ray. Because again, like I definitely want to do more than just MLB stuff. So, and I think that's a good route to go in, considering like I know my stuff. So, and again, it's a lot of fun. Tomorrow and Friday, then the 11th, I think. All right, I'll check the schedule tonight. Try and leave my brain a reminder to turn it on tomorrow. Yeah, again, that's one thing about Punk. He's always been really good with the microphone. And yeah, it was definitely reminiscent of his pipe bomb promo like way back when, right? When he left, or before he left, or whatever. And definitely, you know, I'm sure some people had flashbacks, especially when he took the sleeve off the mic. I don't think so, Clay. Again, I've said it a few times, and just with it being John Cena, I don't think my opinion doesn't change. With it being Cody's first WrestleMania going in with the title, I don't think they'll have him lose it, because it took him 2 tries at WrestleMania to get the title. So I think for him to lose it at WrestleMania exactly a year later, I don't think they'll do that, to be honest. Not that really can tarnish everything he's done at all, but like I think that would hurt him a little bit, right? Like some people, like they don't like Jacob thought too, right? They want him to look strong, hasn't really been pinned or whatever, right? But like same kind of idea here. Qualifiers, but still fun. Yeah, I think a big part of it too is the players that make it more fun when they're visually like enjoying themselves, right? Yeah, exactly. So I think what it'll be is, as much as I hate the fact that it's very possible that I'm right, when I called all those things on Elimination Chamber, it didn't really take away from it. So in any case, I think what they'll do is have the comeback arc. So they'll build everything up to WrestleMania. The match will come, Cena will lose, and that'll be like rock bottom for him, right? Like he thinks he's already hit rock bottom because he's sold out to The Rock, but no, he's gonna get to WrestleMania, he's gonna lose, and that's gonna be his rock bottom, and he's gonna sit there and he's gonna be like, what have I done? What did I do? Kind of thing, you know? And then it's gonna be a redemption arc, and shortly before the end of his retirement tour, he'll get it, and all that. I think that's how it's gonna play out. No, again, I don't think so. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's that whole 17th title thing, right? Like, that's what they're gonna spin. It's like an obsession, right? He's got to break that record. And then when he goes to Mania and he doesn't do it, like, because losing the Rumble already broke him a bit, right? Then he sells his soul to The Rock, and that having to do that breaks him a bit more, right? And then come WrestleMania, he's gonna lose, and it's gonna completely break him because he did it all for nothing. Because he did it all for nothing, and then they're gonna start building him back up, and before he leaves that ring for good, he will have the crowd behind him. He will. So I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be really good. I think John Cena's gonna have a lot of fun with this, and I think it's gonna be a really fun round. To be honest.
Stepping in the long ball threat, Ellie De La Cruz.
And I think Cena's gonna do it well.
That pitch clips the outside corner.
Even
That is
before
strike one.
seeing
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat
how
right
well
here
he
to try
did
to
it
close that gap. But,
at
you know, at the very
Elimination
least,
Chamber,
find a way to manufacture that
I
run
still,
first.
in
It
my
feels like it's
opinion,
really important to getting back into
before
this
all
game.
that, I still would have thought John Cena would make a good heel.
Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
And especially like
And here is
the
Ronald
best
Acuna
heels
Jr.
are the ones that have fun being a heel, right? So he's gonna go all out with it.
And there's
He's
the
gonna
strike.
go all
The
out with it.
stats, when you look at Ronald
And I think
Acuna
a perfect
Jr. in
example of that was the press
2023,
conference when he
maybe the
came
most
in,
impressive. He was able
all
to
like,
his power numbers while
you
cutting
know,
his strikeout
just that
rate
face,
almost
right?
in
That
half.
same face he made when he looked at The Rock. He had the same face when he came in to the press conference. He sat down,
Pitch.
took the mic out of his holder,
Rolled to short, possible
dropped it
two-ball.
on the table,
Lives it for one,
and
double
left.
play. They can't seem to
I
break
think like
through. In and
you're not gonna be
over.
see him doing Make a Wish. You're not gonna be seeing him doing a lot of those things right now. Because he's gonna want to go the K-pop route and
Now in
go
Toronto,
all
going
in.
to bottom six.
So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah,
And the pitch.
we had some fun with John
Swing
Cena
and a
over the
miss
years.
as he was
And
late.
honestly, I think he's already got one. He's already got a theme song sitting somewhere that he just needs to dust off
And the righty deals.
and put to use.
Swings
I
through
think he's
that,
already got
gets a
something.
strikeout. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off.
And I'm interested to hear it.
Next, Alex
I
Verdugo.
think they said his first appearance is going to be March
Swing
17th.
and a miss. And that's strike one.
Okay, swing
I believe.
now. He had his mind made up. As soon as that ball left the hand of the pitcher, he was
So
going
it'll be interesting. Is Rock going to be with them?
One
People
down,
are
base is empty.
speculating
Just
there
off
might be a
the
third,
outside part of the plate. It's
a
good
third
take.
member. That's when they start the London tour.
And that's off the
So yeah, that would
inside
make sense
edge.
then.
2-2. Left-hand hitter waits. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good, guys.
Two
I really
outs,
do.
base is empty. Stepping in, Jackie Robinson. Outfield playing
And I think
very
as
deep,
long
not running
as-
anything over their heads. Ripped to short, snagged on a
As long as you don't
bounce.
keep
Over to
pushing
first, in time. And that'll do it.
this storyline longer and longer, I think this Bianca Jade Naomi storyline,
And now the
I think it's
catcher
going to
comes
finish
up
off
to hit.
really
William
strong.
Contreras.
I think, in my opinion. Because they're like 100%. At first, it may have been because of an injury, but definitely at this point, they're going to want to save it for a match leading into WrestleMania with like the three of them, or like Bianca and, well, no, Bianca can't fight her at WrestleMania. Will probably lead to Naomi and Cargill at WrestleMania or something, but they're leading up to something. And they're trying to time it out well, kind of thing. So, but I think it's going to be a good ending to that. Oh, on your birthday? That's good timing.
Reagan's back to work.
And then I think
That one down the line, and it's through for a hit. So
else is
runner
there?
aboard to start the inning.
we might see.
First pitch swinging, went up there with the
So
plate.
pissed about Rhea losing. Yeah, I was surprised that they did that. Honestly, considering, because I think the whole thing was right. Like, she never actually lost the title. So when she came back, they wanted to get it back to her. But I'm surprised they cut it as short as they did, not even 2 months. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out for WrestleMania. I'm willing to bet it's going to be a triple threat between Io, Bianca, and Rhea.
And the batter now, Chipper Jones. Bottom of
Could
the
have a
zone,
DQ on
and
Bianca.
strike.
But yeah, you got to remember too, though, like, rules are rules, yes. But at the end of the day, it's referee's discretion. right? But when it comes down to it, she probably just wanted to make sure like we had a clean finish for the championship match. And really, like, it was just pushing back and forth too, right? So there wasn't actually any punches thrown, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe there was. Yeah, exactly. Bianca Reyes. Because again, those kinds of things can be up to the referee's discretion. Like I think we've seen it in other matches too that are rather like important grudge matches and stuff like that. You know, so yeah, and like as much as like some of the things are kind of like spur of the moment, some things are hard to do that way, right? Like even with the John Cena thing at Elimination Chamber, like they weren't 100% on it when they went out there. Like when The Rock came out, it wasn't, they in their head they weren't 100% sure that they were gonna do this. They went out, you know what I mean? They did their bit, read the crowd, you know what I mean? They felt the atmosphere. They were, you know, they gotta feel it and make sure like it's right. Because if it's not, it can go terribly wrong. So, yeah, like the major thing that I didn't like was Travis Scott. And the fact that he went in there and he actually injured Cody, and they're gonna like hype him up and be like, yeah, just wait till you're in there really doing it. It's like, are you like really? Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. And like, I really don't like that. Like getting celebrities in is one thing, but like for him to go out there, hurt Cody allegedly, I guess. And then for them to hype him up after the fact and not even, well, I mean, maybe they did say something, maybe they didn't. We didn't see, you know, I mean, we don't see everything. Yeah, he hit him real good. He blew his eardrum or something like that. I don't know whether it was from Travis Scott or it was from John Cena cracking him with the title. I don't know, but I mean, I think the answer is pretty obvious given what we all saw, you know. But I really hope they said something to him about that. And honestly, I put that on The Rock. 110%, I put that on The Rock. The Rock told them before they went out there, if you're gonna get involved and you're gonna slap him, do it. Like really do it. And then he did it. And now Cody's got a ruptured ear. Crazy. Rock's all giving him props and Triple H and stuff like that, giving him props, and it's like, dude, he's injured your number one guy for absolutely no reason whatsoever. You guys are cool with that? And you want him back to do more damage? Crazy. Yeah, at the press conference. Spoke a little bit about it. I watch them sometimes because it is kind of interesting. I don't really usually like, especially lately with The Rock throwing his friggin' weight around and all that crap. Kind of makes me dislike him even more. And I understand a lot of the stuff is discussed and stuff like that, but a lot of it isn't. And a lot of it is just Rock being like, hey, we're doing this. You know what I mean? So like, but again, it's interesting sometimes like to hear Triple H's opinion on things and like whatever, right? But yeah, he spoke about it. He spoke about like the whole moment and like how they didn't really know 100% that it was going to happen with John Cena until like in the moment. Because he said, The Rock said like he felt it out. The moment felt right because he's been He's been a part of things like this before, right? Like him and Hulk Hogan at whatever WrestleMania it was. You know, they kind of had to pivot because the crowd reacted differently than what they expected. So, you know, they kind of did the same thing. Cena gave him the hug to Cody, kind of looked at The Rock, and that's when, you know, kind of The Rock kind of took a second. He'd been feeling it the whole time, I'd imagine. And it was then he was like, yeah, all right, let's do it. And he gave a signal, and they're off to the races. I think they're turning The Rock and that he can do whatever he wants. He's final boss. Yeah, definitely. And like it fits the character, right? But again, like it's just too obvious that he's pushing his weight around too much. They changed the poster for Elimination Chamber. A lot of people weren't happy about that. Wrestlers. I don't know who. Yeah. And again, like, remember how back in the day, you know, Rock used to write stuff on his arm for his promos? There is a reason why he did that. Because he can kind of get lost in his promo. And be like jumping all over the place. And he, like in his opinion, he's reached a point in his career where he can go out and do a promo and jump back and forth between heel and babyface 5 times, and it's fine. And he can pull it off. No. Yeah. Sorry, that's my opinion. I don't know. I think I get his role, I get what he wants to do and everything, but like, in my opinion, he's going about it all wrong. And CM Punk had some valid points on that. Very valid. It's crazy, now that I think of it, because CM Punk left in the first place because Vince McMahon was kind of doing the same thing. And now he comes back for The Rock doing it. So that's kind of interesting, and honestly, I'm kind of curious to see where this leads to. Punk is a really good actor, but I think there was some legitimate anger. Because nobody knew. Nobody knew they were going to do that and Cena was going to turn heel. They kept it so tight, circle, and only so many people knew. And I'll tell you right now, CM Punk probably wasn't one of them. There was no need to know. So, better than what I'm doing because he gets people to watch the show every week? Yeah. Yeah, Tony... AEW has some things they could do differently and they do a lot better, but whether they'll get there or not, I don't know.
And another ball.
Like little by little, I've been kind of paying less and less attention to AEW, to be honest. So, but yeah, it's funny that he's running into the exact same problem, almost, that he had when he left for 10 years. So, and I mean, really, like, you know, that promo, same idea, pretty much. So it's interesting. It's interesting, and it's unfortunate that Rock is doing the things that he's doing and stepping on toes. I think it'll be quite interesting. I mean, either way, I think we're in for a hell of a match with Steph and all that. But, you know, I'm sure Punk's not the only one that's not okay with The Rock just once a year injecting himself at the peak of everything and then going away again. And then WrestleMania comes back and I'm like, oh, okay, let's do something again. And it's like, you're just here at the peak of it all. You're not here any other time. You're just here when things are at its highest, hottest, whatever, right?
Chance handled.
So I'm sure there's
The first in time.
a fair amount of people
Gets
that
him
aren't
easily,
too
ends the inning.
happy with what The Rock is doing. Be interesting to see how it plays out.
All set for the
Yeah, and he'll be
start
gone
of the
again after
inning.
WrestleMania
Now
anyway,
it's
so like,
third baseman,
whatever, I
Elliot
guess.
Cruz.
But let's get him in. He's got some
Now
heat
Malthus
behind his
incoming.
pitches.
And with the reliever
90 mile an
just
hour
making a
slider
throwing
is
out
always
there in the bullpen, this should buy a little more
effective.
time to get him loose. On the mound now, Justin Martinez.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he
There
should
we
come in
go.
with strikes,
Good start.
attacking these hitters.
And we're at 5-0. We got a good cushion.
Ball one
Need to get a
there.
few outs here. Okay, Punk still has that offer from Paul Heyman. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays into it.
And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss.
But like, see, that's the thing for me with that. Like, why does? Well, I mean, Jay would.
Struck left field.
Yeah, so if Jay wins the title, then yeah, CM Punk could call him a favor, go to Paul Heyman, and be like,
Warning track.
tell Jay to give me a touch. And that would probably happen, yeah. It would work that way. But like, it would have to be something like that, right? Like, just say Gunther wins, right? It wouldn't make sense for Punk to go to Heyman to get a world title shot with Gunther when Gunther has nothing to do with them or anything, right? So as long as it makes sense, if he goes to Heyman to get a title shot from somebody, as long as that makes sense, right? Then I'm fine. But I don't see it being like, it might be a main event at WrestleMania, but it's not going to be for a world title at WrestleMania. He's not going to have a title match at WrestleMania. Yeah, I think so too. That's the only way it would make sense if that's the road they're going to go down. That's the only way it would make sense. Feeling Rollins' rivalry should end on Monday. I don't think it will. I honestly don't think it will. The only match I see for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania is a triple threat with Rollins and Punk. So obviously he can't fight Gunther. Can't fight Cody. You know, so the only way Roman fights at WrestleMania is in that triple threat or against The Rock. That's the only way he gets a WrestleMania match. At some kind of main event level. No, it won't end on one. They want them fighting at WrestleMania. Whether it's just them or if it's a triple threat, they want them fighting at WrestleMania because that's just going to be best for business. To be honest, like, that's just the way it is. I'm predicting it'll be Rock and Reigns at WrestleMania. They'll have Rollins and Punk for a grudge match. And obviously Cody, Cena, Gunther, Jay. They'll have a triple threat with Io, Bianca, and Rhea. And then obviously Tiffany, Stratton, and Charlotte. Honestly, it's hard to say. I don't know who DIY is gonna... We could see one hell of a tag match at WrestleMania. We could see one hell of a tag match. Street Profits are gonna be fighting at WrestleMania. I put money on it. Street Profits will be there. I think we might see a triple threat between DIY, Street Profits, and the Machine Guns. I think that's what we might see. And maybe a fourth team. I think this WrestleMania is going to be insane. To be honest, I think it's gonna be insane. This was a tag match for the titles, and then finally get to take those, take them from them from the Street Profits. Yeah, like I said, yeah, they could do that too. But I think we're gonna have a packed tag team match for the titles this year. I really do. I gotta get going though, guys. I gotta get my kid to bed. It's later than usual that I get him to go to sleep. So I gotta run. We'll be back. What are we today? Tuesday? Okay, so Thursday, more MLB. Unfortunately, I can't stay up late for WWE, but Saturday we'll be streaming it. We'll be doing some My Rise in the Island. We're gonna have. If you guys want to be here early, I think what we're gonna do is there's gonna be 2 options to pick from, in a couple of different occasions, in order to direct the story for My Rise. So the idea is for you guys to pick which route you were gonna go, and then we'll get into it, kind of thing. Because there's a lot of replayability on it, so I'm gonna have one for YouTube and then a different storyline for Saturday nights. And I'm gonna try and get into a few things on Saturday between My Rise, My Faction, and the Island. So we'll see. But yeah, I gotta jet. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Thank you for the follow sports stats. I appreciate it. Appreciate the support. We're getting a little bit closer to 600 again. So I'll be back Thursday, usual time, 6:30. We'll play some MLB and probably have lots to talk about Diamond Dynasty wise. So yeah, I hope the rest of the week goes well for you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care.